And welcome back to the Ales and Fails Twitch stream today for another Retro Friday block. Hope you're all having a good one today. And hope there's not too much glare on these. But yeah, last week we actually finished Donkey Kong Country 2, and if anyone saw that, they might remember that it was quite a rough time against King Cruel. Not one of my finest works, but you do what you have to do to complete a particular stream goal. Today, on the other hand, we're actually moving forward with Banjo-Kazooie, which was the other game that we had been alternating with in this block. But of course, before we do that, let's go ahead and see what's on tap today. I should really get a what's on tap infographics or something or other. So what we have today is Beer Friday, which friends of the stream will remember from other past instances. Beer Friday is a Pilsner from Devil's Canyon Brewing here in San Carlos, California. Here in the nebulous California. And it is an American Pilsner. Pilsners are your basic pale lagers, and you see a wide variety of them out there. They're generally the most accessible in terms of commercial accessibility. There's a lot of them that are garbage, as you can imagine. I generally don't go for American Pilsners, but I do like stuff from Devil's Canyon, so I thought I should give this one a whirl, and I'm about to open this can. Here's hoping that it doesn't explode on me. Anyone who's been watching this stream will remember that these tend to just not go well. So let's see how this one goes. Okay, not a total mess over my keyboard. Today we're actually playing with Das Boot. Let's go ahead and pour this. And unfortunately, this is not a very good pour because I already knew that if I poured it in a conventional way, it was simply going to start leaking by the side of the can. So, if anyone is taking notes out there, this is definitely not what you want to do. So while that settles, let's see what Untapped has to say on the subject of Beer Friday. Let's see. And Beer Friday Pilsner commemorates you and all the memories we've made over the years. From families, friends, dogs, and brews, you're all represented in this label with us. This easy drinking, unfiltered and slightly hazy brew is light-bodied with hints of citrus and a dry hop finish. Crack one open anytime to bring Beer Friday to wherever you are. Thank you for giving us a reason worth celebrating. Cheers to you. I think the fun thing about that particular description is that it doesn't really talk much about the flavor itself. It kind of just discusses the notions and ideas permeating when you have this beer, which is fun. I think the practice of rating and describing drinks these days tends to be a little more on the metaphorical, reminiscent side, and I certainly like to do that. If anyone follows me on Untapped, I am Ailwolf. Is it Ales and Fails on Untapped? Well, it's in the intro card. You'll notice that a lot of my ratings for beers are actually very, or at least I try to think they're very poetic. So Beer Friday again is an American Pilsner. It is a little less transparent than most Pilsners, and I don't know that you can see that very well. But yeah, I had it once, and I thought it was a good time. Unlike most Pilsners, it commits the sin of having a slight zest to it, which I thought was interesting enough to keep having. Fang and ale. And of course this is Das Boot, so never drink it vertical to your face. delicious. But enough games. Let's go ahead and move on to the main event today. Let's go ahead and... If I recall correctly, last time I was here I had just finished the third world, which was Clanker's Cavern. And anyone who saw that episode might recall just the fact that the swimming mechanics on this game are just unforgiving. And maybe it's just the fact that I'm using the Switch Pro controller that I'm having a difficult time. Button layout aside. We'll see how well it goes today. And I don't think I've been using save states for this. I think I'm just actually playing it straight. Playing it straight. Does that even make sense? No, hopefully I remember where I'm supposed to go. If I'm not mistaken, the next world is Bubblegloop Swamp. Hence the name of this particular stream. Oh, now I remember. It's just the fact of using the right stick to move the camera constantly makes me zoom in and out without me actually wanting to do that. Let's see how far we can get. Still getting used to the that's not what I... Okay, that's what I wanted to do. And what's up here? I think we can go through, see what's up. Well done, I came adjacent to a door. So this might be where we're trying to go. There's a Jiggy in the middle of that Gruntilda statue. Let's see if there's anything in this water other than that blasted fish. Well, however dangerous it is no snatch-off from Donkey Kong Country. That thing was tenacious. That is unpleasant. What else do you know? Fat Hag Monthly. You know, given the things that Bruntilda is saying about her sister, I don't know how we're supposed to really empathize with her mission. It does seem like she's just shaming her sister. Times have changed, I suppose. What else is here? So obviously that's the witch's statue. There's another hill on that side, so it's two directions here. That's not what I wanted to do. Honeycomb, of course. And then another note door. But maybe before we go there, let's explore the other side of the cave. And again, what? Is there any way we can actually reach the fingers at this time? Maybe if we do one of these. That was pretty close, and I didn't even try. Whatever the case, there doesn't seem to be anything on the finger. So it's not like this is a huge loss. Okay, and some sort of chute. It sounds awfully swampy, so this might be our location. So on one side it seems like we have sewage, on the other side we have sewage, and I believe here's the entrance potentially. Ah, this camera is so unforgiving. That's how it used to be, folks. This was the first generation to have to tackle 3D head on, and as you can imagine, it wasn't always the most successful exercise. Oh, it won't let me do the jump. But I'm sure there's something up there. And of course there's a cave over there in the back, but I'm sure we have to use the Wonder Wing to get there. Let's see if I remember how to activate that. I only have one? Okay, maybe when we have more, let's come back to it. Maybe if I have like a full tank of them. Is this water? Yes, it's poisonous. Well, it's not poisonous, it's piranha filled. Anyone remember Dr. Piranhas from Street Sharks? Oh, that was freaky. I don't know how that relates to anything. Well, thank you for that. This family has problems. I forget if Brintel actually shows up in the sequel. Ah, okay. And the wading boots, which I believe you actually unlock in Bubblegloop Swamp. Okay. Ah, hey. I only have 3 lives this entire time. I don't suppose I can see what's on top of that hut from here. Probably not. I find it very difficult not to start humming along with the music. That's just a factor of having played this game very early on. Once again though, I do want to just go on top of the hut. Pizza the Hut. Hey, I did it. But there was nothing. So, the door is not unlocked. And I don't know why I failed to notice that. I guess we're gonna have to find the puzzle for this. I'm sure it's somewhere we've been through already, I just can't recall. Gruntilda's lair is actually quite expansive, so really remembering where everything is becomes a bit of a challenge without a good map. And slide. So I can't imagine that it's there. One of these is... No, that's for TikTok wood over there. So that's definitely not it. This is a treasure trove cove. So not any of these. And that top one I believe is towards Clanker's Cavern. I forget what this is. Is it just a weird shortcut? Yeah, really a shortcut. More of a cauldron. Okay, so not here. Seems like we're gonna have to go back to an earlier area, an even earlier area. So this is this main room, the treasure trove cove, Jiggy. What is here? Ah, the Clanker's Cavern. What about down here? Don't tell me it's just a pot. Well, I was right thus far. Do we need to go back even further? This is some backtracking, folks. I feel like this should have been obvious. And this is Mumbo's mountain over here. Yeah, this is definitely not it. There must be something we're missing. So Congo, treasure trove cove. Maybe through the Clanker's Cavern. I don't remember anything in this room looking like that, so I'm actually quite skeptical. Oh, but there's an entrance over there. Don't quite recall that. I think we're on the right track though. This seems very swampy. The song matches. So I think we might have made it. There we go. Bubblegloop Swamp. That's not what I meant to do. Or that. Is there a way to just drop them off? Oh, I guess I stumbled off on that. Okay, so now it should be open. Okay, excellent. Let's go back to that entrance and start this level. I'm starting to dread the difficulty spike that starts essentially in these worlds. I vaguely remember the fact that in Bubblegloop Swamp you have to go inside a turtle or a gator, and you have to face off with this tiny gator in some sort of race, and that it was very difficult unless you had some mad skills. So I'm not looking forward to that. But I guess it's all a matter of getting good. Getting good again. And down the hatch. That's not what I wanted to do. Honestly, it doesn't look like swamp. It just looks like we're walking on boogers slash gamer fuel or whatever. Alright. How many new moves do we have? One? And I think you're supposed to feed these. That's not... And I think we're supposed to get 5 of those for one of the jiggies. And I'm sure the skill that we have to learn is going to involve the wading boots. Very mindful of your shadows here. I assume that this is all piranha filled water. There's also just going to be a lot of reeds to climb on. So the level is more or less easing you into some of the mechanics here. Oh, and I think this is a race up top, but before we do that, let's go over here. What? Oh my goodness, just kill the thing. Like Liu Kang once said, flawless victory. There's the wading boots again. Lots of wading boots areas here. I should probably try to find where I can learn that. I also think that in this level we actually get to meet Mumbo again, so look forward to that. Ah, and I won't be able to get those notes until later. And one more. Like a Russian doll. Oh, this one's a bit difficult. And you tuned into the Ales and Fails Twitch stream for world-class gaming. by the way. Just a strip. Okay, maybe a beak barge. That's not. That's also not. Is it? There you go. I knew I had an attack like that. Alright, let's see if the camera starts working for us again. Definitely a lot of treasures in the swamp water itself. Alright, let's see what we can do here. Yeah, this is gonna happen. Maybe I need to learn the layout first before I try that myself. What? Oh, I see. Boss battle. Why am I having such a hard time here? Did I even destroy them? Might as well just smash them. I'm caught in geometry, guys. Wow. Dead. Dead on my tracks. That was sad. No kidding. And I guess I'm starting over with the eggs over here. Yes, we know. Brethren appears. Let's go take out those frogs first, since there's a high likelihood we're gonna die anyways. Ay. So I think that was the location. I think this might be an easier challenge if we had a slightly better understanding of the geometry here. Unfortunately, a lot of my attacks here are just not... I think we need to regroup. Let's go back with some energy. I think I saw honeycomb back at the start. I knew I'd seen it. And it should be just a bit more like that. Mumbo token staring right at me. Alright, let's go round two. I love the fact that I keep pressing the same attack combination. Maybe we just need to bowl over them. That's a bit frustrating. How many of these guys are there? Beautiful. Farting eggs never felt so good. Okay. That's 2 down. Okay, let's see what else is around here. There's some sort of a treetop village. If the camera would just stay away from me, that would be nice. There's a giant turtle. And of course the one thing that you have to do. Gotta love some of the voice acting here. It's just screaming. It's pretty hilarious. Tank top. And I think we can actually go inside where we find smaller versions of itself or different characters. Different turtles maybe. Alright, let's see. So I think I remember that this was the Turtle Choir. And this is Tip Top, originally debuting in Diddy Kong Pilot. So yellow, purple, yellow. Okay, just remember yellow, purple, yellow. Okay, and there's a honeycomb piece right there. An empty honeycomb piece. And of course the way to motivate these guys to sing is to smash them on their shells. Yes, no. I don't need to see it again, please. Oh. No, I don't, please, just... I just want to get the piece. Okay, so yellow, purple, yellow, right? Okay. Blue, purple, red, lilac, blue, purple, white, okay, blue, why do I keep, do I not have to start over? Blue, purple, red, lilac. I guess I needed to keep going rather than attempt to start again. Okay, now I'm sure it's gonna be 7. This will be a fun game of memory. So red, yellow, purple, yellow, blue, purple. What? Red, purple, yellow. Let's see that again. Yes. Let's see. Okay. Red, yellow, purple, yellow, blue, red, purple. And it was light blue. So red, purple, yellow. Was that not? No, red, yellow, purple. Red, yellow, purple. Yellow. Light blue. And then it was red, purple, or purple, yellow. Red, purple, or purple, red. Let's go with red. And then purple. Here, take this all-powerful trinket I found earlier. Clearly not fructious. I just wish that I hadn't lost as much energy as I have, had I known the rules of the game. But at least I'll never have to do that again. What is over there? Just what the doctor ordered. No. And the camera, of course, cannot circle around me. Really? Am I just gonna be killed by a mosquito? Ah, what a nightmare. So what's the next area? Hopefully a location where I can refill some energy. Well, let's go over yonder. Why did I just randomly leave a note? And so clearly you need the wading boots for a lot of this. These pads. Treetop Village. Reminds me of those treetop village levels back in the original Donkey Kong Country. Oh, nice. A witch switch. So I believe for that one you have to fall from a higher level in Gruntilda's lair. You go right through her hat and into the JPs enclosed within. Higher still. That was not a smart move. I don't suppose the rare gods are gonna spare me. Okay, let's see here. Try this one more time. I gotta say, worst case scenario, even if we die in this attempt, at least we will never have to play that memory game. Or try to beat those frogs. That was a nightmare. And there's a lone platform over there. I wonder what that's all about. Is this Mumbo piece even here? Oh, maybe there's a jump pad, of course. More phenomenal. Now, I don't really need to go for this thing. But I want to go for that thing. It's staring right at my face. That's obnoxious. Okay, I'll let it go. But I'm going to regret it. And for those of you just tuning in, I'm still enjoying my Beer Friday American Pilsner from Devil's Canyon. Just stay far away. Why is that so hard? Here I am trying to avoid dying simply from the height. Okay, I don't have to worry about that. Yes, I know there's a Jinjo right there, and very likely I'm not gonna get it. Not until I get those boots. Wow, that was a close one. And what is over here? Maybe I'll go up first. I got a feeling that to get the wading boots, the place to be is upstairs. And there's another frog over there. I can't see, dude. the physics on this thing. Okay. Well, at least now we actually have a fighting chance. Here's the next one of these guys. Ah, and of course that one is over there. We'll have to go back to the treetop village in just a minute. So for all the twists and turns in this map, it's actually fairly small when you think about it. Kind of like a starfish even. And I think I've hit all the main hubs except the alligator location. Okay, that was a close one. Let's see if we can actually pull this one off. Try to be a little more conservative with our turns. As long as the camera's behind me, I'll be okay. I can probably just walk the rest of this. This is ridiculous, by the way. Okay, well that's done. 6 pieces. And still no sign of Bottles. For some reason I thought that he was going to be somewhere up here. But maybe I'm thinking of a different level. What is all that up there? It's just a dark void. What kind of world are we in? Alright. He might be over by the alligator, I guess. I guess the thing that is not evident until you actually try to go up that particular ledge is the fact that you only need the Talon Trot for that first section. And then after that, you can just walk it. Oh, and there's something else behind the alligator, actually. So maybe I think this is what I remember. I think you enter using the alligator nose, but you can't actually enter unless you use Mumbo's magic. Yeah, I think that makes sense, right? That doesn't make sense. Wow, I got first hit. First blood. Wait, how do I get to those cabins again? Cabin McAllister. Save that one for later, I'm sure I'll need it. Please, camera, just go away. So I can't really wear the boots until I find Bottles. I feel like he should be close by though. What am I missing here? Maybe he's in one of these corners. And there's a Jinjo up here. I think I just need the pink one. That's what happens when I try to get out of the first person view. And I know Mumbo's hut is there, of course. Where is Bottles? Oh, that's interesting. Can we actually make it from all the way over here, though? I feel like if I don't make it, which I'm going to say I probably won't, I'm just gonna jump into piranha-infested water, and that'll be the end of this run. So maybe not yet. I'm starting to have this vague memory that Bottles is actually located very close to the start, and I may simply have missed them because I was too gung-ho on starting up. Maybe before we do that though, let's go ahead and get that croc. Get that croc. And at least I know where the Jinjo is. Now why is the croc metallic? That's the real question. Okay. And there's one by the alligator itself. Please just turn around. Every now and then. I suppose it's too much to ask not to have fall damage, but maybe that might make the game a bit too simple. Alright, so I'm going to go back to the start to see if my hunch was correct. Okay, it was right here. The quintessence of tomfoolery. Chicken. I guess that's one of the bugs. Well, what's another word? Features of N64 platformers. Depending on how far you are from them, they don't necessarily show up on your view unless you're close enough to them. Okay, let's see what we can do with these bad boys. And I think for these, as long as the song is playing, you're okay. No. Okay. So I think it gives you a fairly generous window of time to actually play with them. Let's see what else we can accomplish. use the waiting boots. But what are we waiting for? What are you waiting for? Some notes. There's the clock. How many notes do I have? 68. One shy away. Oh, I guess I forgot that there was a 1 life here. I don't need to do this. Okay, well at least we recoup that 1 life. Let's see if there's any notes on top of this reed. I don't actually recall. I suppose not. Trying to get as many golden notes for later. Golden feathers. What's over there? Oh, just eggs. Let's see what's by the turtle. Do we even have waiting boots here? But a Jinjo is here, so hopefully there's a pair nearby. Maybe on top of the turtle? Possible. Why am I sliding? This should be a simple grab. What am I missing here? Am I coming at them from the wrong side? If I jump on top of that. I just don't want to slide into the blasted swamp. I feel like it must just be about jumping on top of this guy's face. What am I missing here? Maybe I need a talent trot. Just... I'm sorry if you tuned in for quality Banjo-Kazooie gameplay. You might get some of that. 50% of the other equation is actually just fighting with the camera. Okay, so I guess we needed the talent trot there, which fine. And just a bit of housekeeping here. Alright, let's keep going. Let's go to the Gator. Gator Golf. Anyone remember Gator Golf? Something or other, playing a game of golf with a gator. And one more, and of course it's right by the turtle we just left. Because life is fair. And there's definitely notes there. Where's my boots? So maybe there's no boots here because I can simply use the tiny gator for this particular part. And that might be the way to go. I'm actually gonna go back to the turtle before I transform into the alligator form. And wrap up this particular quest. There it is. I'm just gonna spam it so it goes in. This is sad. And there it is. Alright, let's go get that gator form. Now the question is that a giant gator or is it a cave in the form of a gator? The world will never know. Will the camera angles actually help me out this time? Did I miss anything on that last hallway? No, I guess not. Ah, survived. Okay. And this is the walk to that ledge over there. That was just lucky. Okay, 80% done with jiggies, and I know one of them has to be Jinjo based. I botched that one. my invincibility frames. Really? Nothing back here? That's surprising. Some more of these magic feathers. And of course, let's go ahead and see if there's anything on the rafters. Just land. And there's our honeycomb piece. Alright. Okay, so we got both of those. That's unexpected. And so this is one of the few transformations that actually have its own attack, which is nice. And I think the gator also has its own built-in boots, so it can actually walk through the piranha-infested waters without any issues. Really, of course, the main detractor is the platforming. I wonder if it still has the fall damage. I actually don't want to chance it. But in theory, anything that needed boots should be more accessible now. So I'm just gonna do a rundown of the entire map. Now, if you're not tired of hearing that, you will be. '83, that was a good year. Let's go to the treetop location. I know that there was a few more notes there, maybe Jinjo. I think that's where the pink Jinjo was, though I'm not 100%. No, that's where we came from. And that's the turtle. Parts of this map, honestly, are just a bit confusing. And of course, just a bit more confusing if you're engaged in day drinking, but to each their own. I don't know if I trust my ankles here. Wouldn't it be sad if I get up to 99 notes and one of them was missing simply because I didn't properly go through the back here? Okay, so Jinjo get, and I believe the last Jiggy should be inside the gator. Some more mumbo tokens for the hall. Let's see how many more feathers. Well, we got all the feathers we need. And like I said, we'll need these feathers for later once we leave Bubblegloop Swamp. Maybe I left a note or so near the beginning. Maybe not. For the life of me, I thought I left a note somewhere obvious. Now it's gonna bother me because I'm gonna reach that 99 mark and it's not gonna be complete. Let's just go to the gator and hope that we are mistaken. So 3 more notes somewhere. There we go. Beautiful. Okay, so what exactly is missing in this level other than the Jiggy? Okay. So we got 100 notes. Really, it is just a Jiggy. And honestly, I think we can leave at this point because we don't have the running boots. Which is, I think, moderately key to what we're trying to accomplish in this particular location. I think we're gonna call it a close for this, for now. Glad I didn't randomly just leave a note somewhere. But we will be back. Hopefully I can just exit the level without turning back. No, you can actually leave as a croc. It's like, hey, what's back here? Maybe I was supposed to do this and I never realized, or I failed to realize it. But of course I can't really reach up there without... Well, maybe I can. But I still need some force to actually get through that. Which I don't have in this format. There we go. And if only I could reach that location. Anything else in here? Mayhaps the ice key? Yeah, so I need to come back as bear and bird. And hopefully I just turn back by walking far away enough. There we go. Alright, so I think we're gonna leave it here for now and take a quick break. Let's go ahead and leave him in here. There's some boots here. That'll be a fun pause screen. So we will be right back with our next drink of choice. Okay, and welcome back to the Ales and Fails Twitch stream. Here taking a quick pause to check out what's on tap next. And so, friends of the stream will actually recall that I do enjoy my hazy IPAs, and today is no different. This is a Heavy Cloud Hazy IPA from Mother Earth Brewing Company. I've said this a number of times, so here's the short version of it. A hazy IPA is similar to an IPA in terms of hop content, except that instead of the bittering notes found in most common West Coast IPAs, hazy IPAs actually only capture the aroma and flavor of hops, which tend to be a little fruitier versus the bitterness found in conventional IPAs. I do tend to favor them. I do not like bitterness in general. So let's go ahead and pour this guy. Hazy IPAs tend to be a bit cloudier. And I wonder if that's part of the reason why they're called hazy IPAs, but similar in body composition to a wheat beer even, so you can see that right there on that boot. I think I've had this as my alternate persona, but never as Ale Wolf, so Fang and Ale. So definitely some citrus and tropical fruits there. I want to say even mango. Yeah, definitely some mango in there. That's actually quite enjoyable. Let's see what Untapped has to say on the matter. Untapped, the end-all be-all to beers. Not really. Leaning on a slightly higher finishing gravity rather than adjunct sugars for body. Heavy Cloud is a lactose-free and features the smooth, low bitterness impression that fans of the style love. So far, true. A cloud-like haze is derived from a generous bill of wheat and oats. Oh, maybe oats is what I tasted there. Finally, the aroma and flavor scream tropical oasis, passion fruit, pineapple, lychee, and coconut. So maybe I was wrong on that mango. And I guess now that I think about it, it's closer to passion fruit. Forgive me, I blend my tropical fruits in my head. Maybe some pineapple. Not so much on the coconut though. I would say this is a good beer. This is a good surprise. I liked it. I liked it quite a lot. So if you're out in the wild, see some Mother Earth heavy cloud, give it a go. You'll like it. All right, but let's go back to our our adventure. So I think actually we entered this place to get the boots. Let's see if we can actually make it all the way. It felt like that lasted more than it generally would. And what is this? Oh, come on. I'm supposed to get the gator and go in there. That's obnoxious. Come on, guys. Do I have to go through this hole 3 times? I feel like if I just let it go, I'm gonna forget about it, so I might as well do it now. I can tell you one thing, don't expect me to finish the next world at 100% for the rest of this block. At around 4 o'clock PST or so, I've gotta switch over to Final Fantasy XIV, so we'll have to leave it at that particular cliffhanger. Starring Sylvester Stallone. No. Okay. Invincibility. Okay, so let's go ahead and get our outfit. Our outfit? That doesn't make any sense. Why are you still there? You should already be saved. So maybe that's one of the things that I think might have been nice for Banjo-Kazooie. If you will recall, maybe as early as Super Mario 64, levels just used to change and stay in that way once you got certain stars. So, I guess it would depend on what star you would choose to get, but it would be nice to see progression on the levels when you come back in. Cutting all those corners. Like a true Mario Kart Pro. That would be a fun game to play. I actually haven't tried any of the new Mario Kart 8 tracks. Let me know in the comments or in the chat if you have. I've been trying to find time for that, but I just... no time, or would rather do other things. I wanted to transform with the boots on. These boots are made for walking, you know. Okay, let's go back outside. And go through that hole. I'm gonna take the fall damage. Or maybe there was no fall damage. Would you look at that? Wee. Here's wondering what I should be alternating Banjo-Kazooie with. Friends of the stream will recall that I like to play at least 2 games during my retro block. I was actually considering playing Super Metroid. That's actually a game I have never finished, which might surprise some. I played Metroid Fusion, which I loved. So maybe I need to just take a step backward and go with Super Metroid. Maybe that's what I'll do. Alright, let's see what's up. He's wondering if Kazooie is still in there. I really hope it's not something lame, like, I don't know, an extra life. Oh, wait a second. Cheeto the book, I forgot that this character existed. Blue eggs on the sandcastle. So this is how you actually increase your supplies of things. The book cannot be defeated. The pen is mightier than the sword. Is there anything else in here? I might as well go get that spell right now, actually. Can't go into first person mode. That's a surprise. The camera's not randomly jumping to first person mode. That's a first. First person mode. Alright, let's get out of here. Let's go and get some more eggs. Get some more eggs? What is your favorite way of eating eggs? I'm a simpleton. I like scrambled. There was one time where I was walking around Miami Beach and I stopped by this outdoor restaurant and they had something called a volcano pizza. The volcano itself was actually an egg in the middle of the pizza. And of course, if you burst the egg, it would float like lava. I am a fan of egg yolk, but I don't know that it complemented the pizza necessarily. Yeah, I suppose it was fun. Yeah, sometimes you want to have just fun when you're eating things. Let's go get them eggs. have a bit, something like half an hour left on the retro corner. Oh, and I guess we're gonna have to do the thing where we empty out this particular basin. Despite the hardship that we faced in this level, I do just enjoy the tune. Can't say that I've run out of eggs so far, but might as well collect the cheat. I wish it did just stay patched up, because I know that for every single time that I do this, I have to come back and patch Leaky. Leaky is patched with broken eggshells. What was the password again? Actually, eggs, blue eggs. Let's try blue eggs. Alright, and S for the win. Where is my S? Where is my S? Hey, not too shabby. Now I'm sure it's the same process for feathers and feathers, gold feathers and red feathers. I don't know that they can be activated before I actually find Cheetos, so we'll have to wait for that one. But at least I get an excuse to come back to Treasure Trove Cove. So, let's go find that free ZZ Peak. I think I remember the memory that I have of free ZZ Peak is just flying through the level and finding snowmen. Ah, that was well-timed. Well-timed critical hit. I'm going to assume that the next location is behind the note door up here, because that is the only place that I can think of. Note door 260. And if you're just tuning in, drinking a Heavy Cloud Hazy IPA from Mother Earth Brewing Company. Yes, the Egyptian themed level. I vaguely remember this. Gobi's Desert, maybe. A ludicrous letdown. I feel like there's something else in here. Just because of how poor the camera works, you would hide some secrets there. And there's some stairs up there. There's a sarcophagus. Mumbo tokens just tend to pop up in the weirdest spots. Where did we come from? What is this? Whoa, he's a crimson or orange Viridian? Oh, we have enough feathers. Okay. And I think this will actually lead us to the secret with the witch statue. And that's where we came from, so... Gold piece get. Okay, let's go back up. So there's some stairs in that direction, there's some waiting boots there. I don't know what the waiting boots are for. And then there's another set of staircases here. A set of staircases. Oh, okay, I think this is the entrance to the Halloween place. Spooky place, I don't know what you call it. I forget if these things are sturdier. Doesn't seem like it. Oh, okay, so now we can actually go back to the first cauldron we saw. Not that I'm going to recall this next time I start playing this game again, but it is nice to know that it's there. Maybe if they had numbers on them rather than colors, it might be easier. And bees, I think the idea is that if you break that particular case, then bees will chase after you. No door. I don't think I need to go through there just yet. Or do I? Should I? Chat. Alright. There's a elevation here. And there's another no door here, but this one is definitely off limits. And of course, the best way to break through spider webs and also patch leaky pails, eggs. This one doesn't seem to have a counterpart just yet. And there's the witch's hat. And the Brentilda. When in doubt, there will always be something hidden in the back of something. Okay, what have you to say? Before we do that though, let's see. Let's go to the peak. I guess we can't. Maggot pie. Here's hoping that if I repeat the answers that they'll actually stick in my mind. Rat sorbet. Okay, I believe you. Let's take the note door, see what happens. See how far we can go. I think we're in a volcano of some sort. Yeah, I think that's true. Govi's Valley. I might as well just go ahead and complete this. That's not what I meant to do. There we go. And I remember that one being a fun level as well. I think I have good memories of both Freezeezy Peak and Gobi's Valley. Certainly better memories than Lethal Lava Land, Super Mario 64. There's an entryway over there, but what happens if we keep going? Is that a molehill? Seems rather precarious. And I'm dead. I'm dead, aren't I? Okay, well, at least it saved us here, which I guess was a significant spot. Let's try that one more time. That was just a camera being annoying. It also doesn't help that the light kind of just goes off. Reminds me of that area in Undertale where the light kept going on and off. That's not bottles. That is Brentilda in a tiny hole. Yeah, I think I have to go through there as an animal pal. How unpleasant. I mean, that's not the filthiest, but okay. Spotty purple undies. I believe the only colors associated with her are green and purple, so that one should be easy to remember. Let's see if I can actually get back. Now, if I recall correctly, the animal form or transformation that you actually need is the pumpkin. And you get the pumpkin in the Halloween world, in the Nightmare Before Christmas location. And this is the place. Makes sense. I like the layout of this particular area. It makes you think that it's so much larger than it actually is. I'm pretty sure this is the door to it, and of course we haven't actually found the puzzle for this location. Trying to see if there's anything behind any of these tombstones. Could sure go for some tombstone pizza though. Loogie-filled hanky. But what is your favorite frozen pizza? Mine is definitely DiGiorno's. Rough Rider Deluxe. That sounds like an adult movie. Some bees. Also just reminds me of Kingdom Hearts 1. What is this place? And I think you can also enter this location using the pumpkin transformation since it's tiny. What is... oh, okay. All the life that we lost in the lava. And so the wolf howls. I don't know if there's anything else here since we haven't unlocked this location. So I think we can go ahead and go back. Beautiful rendition though. Let's go back to that Sphinx faux Egyptian room. I think that's where our actual destination is. Maybe. Now I'm not actually sure if Gobi's Valley follows Freezeezy Peak, but I think we'll just go ahead and take whichever comes first. Oh, and what is the point of this thing? Strange. Maybe it was just to show you that you can actually destroy those. Maybe. What is this? I think this is our actual destination here. So this is Freezeezy Peak. Before we actually go there though, I do want to see what's behind those two staircases in the Egypt room. If only I remembered where I came from. I'm gonna assume it's over here. So I remember there was some waiting booths behind one door. This one is the room that triggered the Talon jump Talon button. No, this is exactly where we came from. So maybe it's the other direction. And there has to be something somewhere to open this. I think I recall. Maybe it's a switch in Gobi's Valley itself. So what do we think? Gobi's Valley first or Freezeezy Peak? I'm actually not actually sure. What is the proper order according to Google? And the only reason why I actually want to look this up is because I don't want to half finish a level and I have to pop up to do the other one. Banjo-Kazooie Worlds. If anyone knows the answer in the chat, please let me know. Level order or world order. New world order. Okay, so I hate the ads on Wikia. Okay, so after Bubblegloop Swamp, it's definitely Freezeezy Peak first. So let's do that one first. I'm sure we could have given Gobi's Valley a good go, but I feel like flying. I want to fly. Like an eagle, like Michael Jordan. There it is. And I think we're probably just going to start the level and leave it there. Put it on a save state, I think. Unless there's something else to be done outside here. Follow the shadows. Shadow the Hedgehog. This looks like a puzzle pulled off from Captain Toad. Oh, you get to fly there. Oh, I'm going to say that you can't reach it without the shoes, so I'm gonna let it go. I remember when I was a kid, I was unable to use sneakers without talking to a mole. What else is in here? Okay, and I think we're gonna go ahead and call it here. Thank you very much for tuning into the Retro Corner. Let me go ahead and quit here. I guess we didn't need to resort to a save state. Let me talk through this. If this is where you are hopping off. Thank you very much for tuning in. We will be back at this time Friday, roughly 2 p.m. Eastern for another section of our Retro Corner. It is very likely that I'll play Super Metroid, but I'm still thinking about it, so maybe it's an 80% chance. If not, I'll figure something out. If you are staying though, stay tuned because in the next 10 minutes or so, we will be starting Final Fantasy XIV with a friend of the show, John. So if that's your bag, do go ahead and stay in. And with that, let me go ahead and end this. Stay thirsty, Wolfkin. Hopefully I'll see you after the break.
And all my life I wait.
Okay, and welcome back to the Ales and Fails Twitch stream. If you are just joining us, happy Friday. And happy Friday to our guest today, John. John, how are you doing? Good day. It's a good day to be alive. Excellent, excellent. Well, that's what we want to hear at the Ales and Fails Twitch stream. So we are about to continue our Final Fantasy XIV campaign, but before we do, let's go ahead and check out what's on tap. So this is a Watchstander Stout. Are you familiar with this, John? So stouts are generally darker color beer. They're generally black to like brownish black, to be perfectly honest with you. The thing that stands out about this particular beer, and this might interest you in particular, John, is that it is actually gluten-free. And I did not realize this the first time that I drank it. Actually, the reason why I even picked it up was because the very nifty art on it is just a guy with a lantern, which gives it like a noir type of a style to it. It's brewed by Ghostfish. And let's see what Untapped has to say on the matter here. Okay, so it says, explore the dark side of beer with Watchstander Stout. Watchstander. Dark roasts of malted millet, buckwheat, and brown rice contribute dark chocolate, toasted marshmallow, and coffee flavors. We added certified gluten-free oats to provide a satisfying and fluffy mouthfeel. Pair it with freshly baked cookies next to a warm fire. I certainly have to agree with pairing most things with baked cookies next to a warm fire, so certainly don't disagree with that principle. Let's go ahead and pour this. Have you tried any gluten-free beers, John? I had one unfortunate episode where I tried one made of millet as well, and it was terrible. So I've had this one before. It wasn't terrible, so I'm a little surprised that it's actually gluten-free. Millet being... do you actually know what millet is? That is exactly what it is. Millet is parakeet food. So that's two things that you can use millet for. Parakeets, feeding parakeets, as well as making gluten-free beer. So bang a nail. So it's actually quite smooth. If I had to extrapolate, I do taste some toasted marshmallows there, but it's very, very faint. And I actually hate coffee flavored stout, so this is actually very light on that, which I appreciate. Very light notes of chocolate. I honestly think that you would like it. We'll have to try it out next time you're... Sorry, what was that? Yeah, we'll have to try it out next time you're around. Yeah. But with that, let's go ahead and jump into our game. Let's see if I can... There we go. So I've got the screen capture as opposed to app capture, just in case we need to visit a video during our stream. Oh, wait a second. This entire time, you were muted. Sorry about... No, wait. No, wait a second. No, you weren't. It's just that both my desktop and it is just that both my desktop and the music were playing in the background, so people probably heard you speaking. They were hearing the Final Fantasy XIV theme, and they were also hearing to the lo-fi that I had playing in the background, so that must have been unpleasant, but at least you weren't muted.
That's good to hear.
All right, so let's get going. Sorry about that. One too many things to worry about here. And I am 34 on the queue. So how's your week been? Have you any hot takes on some news or been seeing any media recently?
I don't know if there's any hot takes to give on the news. It's been a pretty slow news week. Uh, Media, I guess I did watch an episode of the pilot episode of House, so that was pretty entertaining.
House, the show with the doctor?
Yes, the show with Hugh Laurie.
There was a pilot episode?
Yeah, it was the first episode of the series. Pretty entertaining revisiting that show after so long. I
How
didn't
many
really watch
years has
the
it been
show from the
actually
start.
since it ended?
That's a good question. I don't know. I think that it ended somewhere in the early 2010s.
Were you a fan of the House TV show?
Actually, no, I wasn't. I would say that every time that I watched it, because I was a lot younger, it just gave me anxiety because I don't know, it kind of made me feel a little bit hypochondriac. That's a word.
I'm gonna say that
And
that's a word.
the special effects in that show were pretty good. And they were also pretty good at kind of magnifying the kind of like the slight dread of going to a hospital.
Gotcha. Yeah, that was an interesting show. I think I remember seeing most of the first season, and I did like it, but I never followed up with season 2 and beyond. I was watching something. I was something in its place that one of my brothers recommended called Scrubs, which I thought was a better show.
That's fair enough. I also enjoy Scrubs.
Yeah, Scrubs. Scrubs was a better show than House. That's my hot take.
They do things slightly differently, but I guess it's about an apples to apples comparison as you can get in the medical show world, because I think there's also like Grey's Anatomy. I've never watched that show, but I've heard it's good.
I've seen a good chunk of Grey's Anatomy back at the beginning, and I'll tell you, it's no Scrubs. Okay, a hero in the making, and I think I vaguely remember that I have to go and meet the 3 people in the Grand Companies, so I guess I'll go ahead and do that. Are you considering revisiting House, the show as a whole?
I guess I'll keep watching it until I am not entertained anymore. I thought the first episode was kind of entertaining. You can kind of tell that they were still trying to find their voice because House isn't full on like the Doctor House isn't full on like a jerk yet. He's sort of a jerk, but he hasn't gone like full blown. You know, I know what I'm doing. There's like some moments where he just cooperates with the team, which seem a little bit off kilter compared to some of the later seasons that I've seen. But I haven't seen the entire show or a lot of it, just bits and pieces.
So there's scenes where he's like, "Oh, you're right. I should listen to you. You seem like a highly respectable doctor. I'm going to just sit back and let this happen."
I lost my son to the calamity.
Well, he doesn't say the respectable part, but he's like, "Oh yeah, I totally agree with that. That's a smart thing to say, or a smart thing to do." Whereas in like the later seasons, he's almost always berating like his coworkers.
Where he's like, "Past instances where I have professed my acceptance of you were in fact fraudulent."
Yes, exactly.
Our forebears were once strangers in the Twelves Wood.
Alright, I'm watching a cutscene, I guess. In New Gridania.
Fearful of the Green Wrath, they hid themselves in the dark recesses of the earth. Yet they dreamed of basking in the dappled sunlight of the forest. Through great effort, they proved their worth to the elementals, and were granted a place beneath the boughs. So it was that Gridania was born, some 5 centuries ago. Working hand in hand, the Hyur and the Elysian settlers sowed the seeds of our civilization, and soon they were joined by folk of all races. So nourished by the waters of unity, and blessed by the light of the matron, Gridania flourished into the great nation it is today.
Do you see the Gridanian standard? There, hanging behind the Elder Seed Seer.
Self-assured youth.
The entwined serpents represent the unity between Hyur and Elysian. An elegant symbol, do you not agree?
In accordance with the will of the elementals, we have embraced a life of peace. Alas, our neighbors have not always sought the same for themselves, nor for us. Though we Gridanians have no love for war, we have still less for those who would threaten our way of life. When the Garlean Empire brought its war of conquest to Eorzea, we rallied under the noble standard of the Twin Adder that we might push back the encroaching darkness. And it was we who prepared the ground for the reformation of the Eorzean Alliance, that all the peoples of this realm might stand united against the common threat.
By the way, what is the purpose of joining a grand company anyways?
5 years ago, the Alliance met the armies
purpose
of the
is
Empire
just,
upon the fields
I mean,
of
I think you
Carthage.
get like a
Would
couple
prove the
perks from
bloodiest
it.
battle
Like
in
you
recent
can
memory.
get different outfits for your
Countless
mount.
Gridanian
I think you get
lives were
discounts on
lost.
some consumables, but I haven't really bothered with it too much.
As Supreme Commander of the Order of the Twin Adder, ever shall I bear the weight
So it's not
of our
like a
people's
thing that
sacrifice.
defines your PvP or something like that.
No, as far as I know.
Alas, their loss was not the only tragedy to befall us.
Okay, because last time I played this, I remember that these people gave very long
The
speeches.
scars borne by our forest
Didn't really
are a
amount to
constant
anything.
reminder of its violence. Our lives have been irrevocably changed. Each waking hour, a struggle to survive. Driven to desperation, some among us have strayed from the path of righteousness, resorting to bandit. To compound our woes, the Ixal have returned in force, emboldened by our suffering. They test our defenses nigh without cease, and prey upon the vulnerable, so beleaguered from within and without. It is of little wonder that our unity now falters. Dark times are upon us.
Time was a man could walk the high roads without fear.
Everyone is talking over one
On
another.
this day, 5 years ago, countless Eorzeans laid down their lives that we might behold another dawn. Please join with me in honoring their memory.
And how do you...
The destruction wrought by the calamity was indiscriminate. It dealt death to Eorzean and Garlean alike. Yet while we have labored to rebuild our homes, to rebuild our lives, the Empire has set about raising steel fortresses. Let none be mistaken. The Garleans remain the greatest threat to our survival. If we are to stand against them, our many troubles blind us to the woes of our fellow man. Thence is harmony. We are gathered here to honor the fallen. Let them be
Remind me,
honored,
who are the
not only
Garleans
in
exactly?
word and thought, but through concerted
They are like
action.
the techno-Roman tyrants of this world.
Are they the ones that came from
I bid you
space?
join hands with me once more
I think so.
beneath the twin
Actually
adder
don't know.
standard. And together, let us heal the forest's wounds, that our progeny might live in harmony beneath these ancient boughs. For serenity, we must think of the children.
Woods will be done.
It's up to us to protect the forest.
All the elementals!
I'm wondering myself if there's an expansion that delves more into Garlean stuff, because I think that even though they are butts in the game, you know, they're jerks. I think that the design and their design and like their characters are pretty cool. So it'd be interesting if one of the expansions delves into that. I've only gotten up to Stormblood.
If you'll permit me, Alfie,
Really? So we never actually find out too much more about them?
Well, you do in this game, you do in this expansion, but
and my
afterwards,
sister, Alize, at your service.
afterwards, I don't know. I feel like not too much. Like they don't play too much of a role in the second expansion. I'll tell you
I
that.
saw at a glance that you were a fellow traveler.
What are these
Or sorry, not the
twins?
second expansion, the first expansion.
Oh, I see. What is the second expansion?
You might
Second
call us
expansion
students
is
of history,
Stormblood.
sampling the realm's remembrances
So they do play a
in
bigger
pursuit
role
of
in that one.
enlightenment.
So as I was saying, who are these twins, Alphanon and Alize?
They are main characters. Very important.
They're very important characters.
Yes.
Why is one of them named after that French musician?
I don't know if they're named after that French musician specifically.
Alize?
I think that's a common French name, right?
I don't know about that. Everyone knows the most famous French name, Francois. And then
Francois.
Jacques. Francine. Alright, so I think I finished one speech. I guess I'll go find the other speeches. Good times.
Talking about speeches, have you given any consideration to getting that Capcom Humble Bundle?
I already did.
Oh, nice. Did you buy the spiciest one, the one with Devil May Cry?
Yeah, actually, that was the main reason why I got it, because I've already got what games are included there? Street Fighter V, Street Fighter 4. What else was there?
It was Devil May Cry HD Collection, Devil May Cry 5, Dragon's Dogma. That's also another good one.
Dragon's Dogma, yeah. I've never played that, but I don't have interest in playing it.
I've heard it's good, but I've never actually seen too much gameplay of it, so I'd be willing to give it a shot.
Yeah, but then Devil May Cry, that collection should prove its worth.
Have you ever played any of the Devil May Cries?
Yes, I played number 3,
So much for
but only in a very limited fashion, and I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I've never actually played any Devil May Cries. I think the only kind of action RPG in that style that I've played is actually God of War.
Brothers and sisters of the sea, hearken unto me. Look upon this, our mighty crew. 700 summers have come and gone since our forefathers first ran aground.
Did you
in
happen
this
to get that
fertile
bundle?
bay. In that time, guided by
Yeah,
the
I'm
mother of oceans,
considering it.
Limsa Lominsa
I
has
might get it
grown
for
from
Dragon's
humble
Dogma. I might not
fishing
get it for
village
Devil
to
May Cry.
uncontested ruler of the 5 seas and
Dante,
beyond.
John, Dante. It's also got a Street Fighter 4, right?
Yes, it does.
Yeah,
Did
that's
you
a
look as the
significant
Admiral
entry.
bid you? It is a rather stirring standard, I must say.
You actually know that that bundle, like the $1 tier,
crimson
actually had
field is
Street
meant to
Fighter
signify
5 at
the
the start of
blood
it,
of
but they
fallen
actually
crewmates,
removed it.
while the black longship represents a pirate vessel.
I wonder why they did that. Do you think that a lot of people
When
were
the
just
Guardian
buying it for
Empire marched
$1?
upon Eorzea, we assembled beneath the
I think so, or maybe it was a mistake. I really don't know.
Was reborn.
Well,
All
I mean,
answered
Street
the
Fighter
call
6 is
from the Knights
on
of
the
Barricade
horizon.
to Hilfier's
Street Fighter 5 is obsolete, you know.
And together we met our would-be
Forget the
conquerors
Luke that
upon
you
the
once
field
knew.
of
There's
Arcanist.
new Luke.
That day, I swear to you no
What are
army
your
was
takes
more
on that
bold,
Street
more
Fighter
courage.
6, John?
Yet many of ours did not survive.
It looks interesting. I won't really have
Join me
a
now
formulated
in remembering
opinion
those
until I
who
try it,
fought in the
though.
name of freedom and fell.
It was
May
kind
their
of
souls
interesting
be
to see
returned
that
to the
tweet
sea.
that Capcom put out that apparently, what's it called? Guile has just framed sonic booms, or at least that's what they're calling it.
Freedom.
Which is basically
Yes,
that if
they
you
have always
time
been
it
rather
correctly,
fond
like
of
if you
their
hold the
freedom.
charge timing, I think, correctly, and you release
Much as the
the
beast tribes
sonic
have.
boom,
Small wonder.
you actually
Beneath
do
the
more
surface,
damage
one
and the
would struggle to tell
projectile
them
is
apart.
faster.
I had no idea. That sounds
It has
interesting.
been 5 long years since the calamity struck. 5
Definitely
long
different.
years of tireless
It's a little bit more
rebuilding.
challenging, actually, which is kind of
Yet
surprising
still the
that they're going in a
wounds of
more
the
challenging
calamity
direction as opposed to
fester
an
and
easier
weep.
direction.
But when I stand atop the mizzenmast and gaze out upon our battered and broken vessel, I see an undying spirit.
Are you considering
Did we not
picking
build
up
all
6
this from
once
the
it
wreck
comes
of the
out, or are you going
Gladian
to wait
all
for
those
reviews?
centuries ago? Shall we not do so again?
I think I'll probably get it on release.
Yet there are those who would see this ship of ours sink
Are
beneath
you
the waves
eyeing
of the
any
restless
particular character
Rotado.
as trying to main them?
The Sahagin creep ashore seeking blood
Well,
for
I'm
their
definitely
accursed
interested to
god.
see how Ken looks when he comes out. Have you seen any of the leaks of the characters?
I have seen some of the
While
characters,
minds of
but
Romero
it's
spew
supposed to
forth
still be
tokens who
unofficial,
push
isn't it?
ever south. These savage beast
Well, I
tribes will be
think
the first waves to
Capcom, or at least the Street Fighter devs,
and
sort of
behind
half
them swells
confirmed
the
that
grim
the
tide
leaks
of the
happened,
Guardian Empire.
because they actually released a tweet saying something along the lines of, You know,
Even
we are
now,
aware
the
that
Curs fly their flags within
that
our
the Street
borders.
Fighter community
Doubt
has
not
seen
that they will be upon us ere long.
some details that were still meant to be shown later,
are
but you know,
well
we were still very
surrounded.
happy of the
Yet
positive
there
response.
are
So they kind
those
of acknowledged
among
that the
us
leaks
who would
were
rather
true,
turn their swords
that
against
they
their
were
How
official.
can we hope to repel our There is but one course left to us. One bearing that will
At this
bring us
point, if the
victory over
information is
beast
out, I
hordes of
wonder
the
why they
Empire
don't just
both.
run with it.
And see this ship safe, we must mend the rift that
Is
Well,
it
they still have to
actually
market
going
it.
to hurt sales if you don't properly like say, oh hey, by the way, Ken has not been officially announced, so don't assume that he's there.
Mark ye well. A crew without
I don't think they're
unity
saying
is
that, but I think they're probably holding off on it because there's also the. So actually, I don't know if you've seen all the leaks, but one of the leaks is basically a roster of like 20 plus characters. So I think that maybe one of the reasons why they want to hold off is because maybe not all of the characters that we saw there are going to be included in the base roster. Maybe some of them are DLC. So I think maybe they don't want to confirm that all of these characters that you've seen are, you know, are what you get with the game.
You think that some of them are actually come with a base game, but in order to unlock them, you have to pay extra?
I don't know if they do that. That'd be kind of weird.
Well, it would also be terrible.
Yeah, I would have pretty terrible.
Fancy meeting you again.
You know, I also heard that it was confirmed that Street Fighter 6 actually takes place after Street Fighter 3, so we finally actually made it past that landmark. That's incredible. I actually thought that for a moment they were just going to ignore the storyline from 3.
Yeah, that is pretty strange. What's it been, like 20 years since Street Fighter 3 Third Strike?
Yeah.
Maybe more? So we haven't aged in Street Fighter up until now.
Who's the main boss in 3? Gil? Is that it? Gil?
Yes, Gil. Then I think in 4 it's Seth. And then in 5 I want to say the President. Or it could be Nikali. It wasn't very clear.
Oh, the President.
Wasn't the President a great character?
Oh yeah, I thought the President was a great character.
By the way, I didn't ask you, but did you consume any good media lately? Or find anything that catch your eye lately?
Well, I did happen to catch the most recent trailer for Monster Hunter Rise. Did you happen to see that one?
Is that the one that showed the Lucet Nargacuga and the Gora Magala?
Precisely.
Yeah, I did catch that one.
Yeah, what you think about that? What do you think about Sunbreak and everything that is presented there?
Well, I would say that there was a decent amount of peer pressure to buy Sunbreak to begin with, but I think I think just because of Gormagala, it pushed me over the edge.
Are you looking forward to the return of Gormagala?
Yeah. Yeah, I think he was a fun monster. I think his armor and his weapons are pretty cool looking.
You wanted Gormagala to return after his most recent outing in the Monster Hunter movie.
Oh yeah, Gormagala did show up in the Monster Hunter movie, didn't he?
Yeah, front and center, right after the credits.
Yeah. Huh. I totally forgot about that.
You know, most people saw that trailer that they released recently and they were like, wow, it's the Monster Hunter movie monster, Gormagala.
The Monster Hunter movie monster.
Once again, I find myself in, what's the name of the city, the major city with the paladins and gladiators?
Ulda?
Yeah, Ulda. I have to reach somebody, but clearly I'm in the wrong level. It's very frustrating.
Let's try to travel around through Aetheryte. It's the easiest way.
Maybe I'll do that. Find an Aetheryte. Yeah, so what I thought was curious, at least, was that I thought that Malzeno, the flagship monster, was going to be the one providing the mechanic where it turns monsters slightly more aggressive.
Hey, there you are.
Yeah,
I'm right behind you.
Are you going to a hero in the making? You're already past that, aren't you?
No, I'm actually going to that right now because I was doing gladiator quests.
Okay, well, where are you going? I already lost you, by the way.
I'm right next to you. If
Okay.
you have Aetheryte to Chamber of Rule, just go there.
Chamber of Rule. Yeah, I do.
Yeah, just go there.
Yeah, so I thought that monster was going to provide a very similar mechanic, which is what made me think that I wasn't necessarily going to see Gormagala back, and maybe that was okay, but I guess it's being added regardless.
So the flagship monster, what was his name again?
Malzeno. It's like this vampire type dragon. You know, it's named Malzeno because it is evil, as opposed to Buenzino.
Yes, as opposed to Buenzino.
Buenzino, the kind monster.
Yes. Or the gasoline monster, Benzino.
Benzino.
Yes.
Yeah, so I thought that was surprising, but I like it. I definitely know that there was a strong fan reaction towards seeing Gormagala back, so anything to please the fans, I am certainly up for.
At the Flame General's back.
Though they haven't brought my boy back yet, John. They haven't brought him back.
Note the sigil. The golden
Brachydios.
scales of order balance the jewel of
Brachydios,
prosperity with
the
flame
arms of
might.
God.
Oh, there's still always hope. I mean, they include Rajang and other monsters that are iconic in DLC all the time, so they might see him pop
On
up.
the killing fields of Cartano, thus was the 7th Imperial Legion.
What is your favorite monster in Monster Hunter? Is it Najarala? Is that what it is?
Najarala?
Yeah.
Is that snake duck monster in
Yeah.
Monster Hunter 4?
That annoying creature that has no proper hitboxes.
Let us pray for our absent brothers and
Yeah,
sisters.
probably not that one.
That they might know happiness in the
I'll
great
just
beyond.
say the easy answer and say Gormagala, since that was the one that I was most excited about.
The price we paid that day would have bought. And now, but 5 years into this 7th Umbral era.
Well, now that Gormagala is concerned, I'm actually wondering if they're actually going to bring Shagaru Magala, aka Shaggy.
Look around you.
I think they are.
What do
I
you
think
see?
one of my friends who is also into Monster Hunter mentioned that they are bringing Shigaru. It's just that it wasn't released in like an official capacity. I think it was like, I don't know if it was a leak or maybe it was like somebody got their hands on a play copy and there was like a screenshot of it. So I think he is coming. And it wouldn't make sense for Gormagala to show up but not Shigaru.
Well, first of all, does your friend work at Capcom or something? Or do your
No, they
friend's
just-
uncle work at Capcom?
No, they just surf the internet.
Interesting. I was going to say, it makes sense, but it wouldn't be the first time where you have the young version of a monster, not the old version, because we do have Basarios, but we don't have Gravios.
Yet we do not act.
Oh, that's true, huh?
Whether trader or soldier, monetarist or royalist,
And I think we have Teostra but not
all must
Moonastra.
recognize that a divided
That's not the same
dog
monster, though.
stands to fall.
I thought they were, it's just different genders.
Victory and fortune work
Well,
hand in
yes,
hand.
but slightly different question, I guess. Also, nobody wants
He who
Lunastra
seek
back.
glory and
Do you want
wealth,
Lunastra back?
look not to what little you can
Not
snatch
really.
from your
Lunastra
neighbor,
was a pain to
but to
fight.
the boundless
yeah.
wealth of the world beyond. Now is the time to unite. Now is the time to
A friend of
rise
mine
above.
told me that you've been playing the hunting horn recently. How are you finding that?
Yeah, it's probably more
In the name of the
gratifying than the
Sultana,
other
I
weapons, so
beseech you.
I'm pretty pleased with it.
Yeah, it's something you favor. Would you say that it is something that you favor now in Monster Hunter Rise, as opposed
I'm
to
not
the
your own
older
coffers,
games?
but those of the immortal flames.
I think I favor it more in Monster Hunter Rise just because I have slightly less time to kind of practice and get used to monster patterns, because I really like the Greatsword. It's just that for the Greatsword I feel like you have to have a lot of working memory on how the monster attacks and stuff. If you don't have any sort of idea of how the monster attacks or what its like attack patterns are,
Together we
you just
are
kind of
one.
find yourself sheathing and then hitting for like 20 damage and then or not sheathing, like doing a draw attack and then sheathing after you do like only 20 damage, and you only get those big explosive hits of damage if you're really lucky, or I guess you learned the monster sufficiently, but I find that most of the time I haven't learned it enough. Haven't learned the monsters enough in the game.
Play a game of Lucky Hit.
Yeah.
People of Ul'dah, much
Okay,
has been
well,
made of the wealth
that's-
of Ul'dah.
That's cool. Definitely a lot more people crowded around the hunting
Yet
horn in
those
this
who measure
generation,
that
so
wealth in
I can
coins
see
and
why you
carats
would
are
be
gravely
more compelled to
deceived.
play it.
For the true wealth of Ul'dah lies in the health, happiness, and hopes of her people.
Is it like how people crowded to the Insect Glaive in Monster Hunter 4 though? Because a lot of people played Insect Glaive in Monster Hunter 4.
I bid you raise aloft the
I think
torch
that
of
was the
Ul'dah,
novelty
that
of the
her flames
verticality.
might serve as a beacon for all Eorzea to see.
I
true.
specifically remember that aerial attacks in that game were the ones that allowed you to ride the monster, which was also just an overpowered technique.
Into the inferno.
Yes,
For
that is
we
true.
are by
That was a
fire
really strong.
reborn.
Remember back in the day when a person would like rodeo a monster? And that was fun and all, but everyone else in the party was not allowed to attack the monster because it could stagger them, and if you staggered the monster, you would have to fall off the monster.
Fancy meeting you again.
Wasn't that kind of crazy?
Yeah, that was kind of goofy actually.
This monster is stunned. I no longer have control of it.
You know, it was goofy for the time, but it wasn't so goofy back then, because back then we had come from Monster Hunters where you couldn't mount the monster at all. So you kind of took what you were given. And so that was awesome that you could knock down the monster after like playing this mini game of doing enough like mounting damage on it. So I think that's why it wasn't so goofy back then, but it's goofy to us now.
You know, I will say though, in comparison to Monster Hunter Rise, the monster riding in both For You and the world makes a little more sense than the whole wire bug riding here. It not to suggest that hunting monsters is realistic in any sort of way, but just the idea of trying to stay on top of a wild monster while trying to attack it at the same time makes a little more sense than, oh, this monster is down, I'm going to use my wire bug lasso and it is going to do what I say.
Yeah, I guess some people like it though. I don't like it. That's why usually whenever we play, I defer to somebody else to do the mounting stuff.
Alright, I'm finished with all the speeches. Now I can go back to Minfilia.
Make sure to use your ticket.
Alright. The ticket. I did happen to catch, changing the subject, I did happen to catch the movie RRR that I mentioned to you last time. Do you remember that?
I remember.
I didn't talk to you about it, did I?
No, you didn't. What did you think about it?
I thought it was wonderful. I mean, you remember the movie Ip Man, right?
Yes.
So, set the plot of the movie Ip Man 1 and 2. Cast historical characters from India under British colonial rule. And then just make it incredibly just like animated and just like a power fantasy almost. And it is wonderful. And add a few like choreographic dances. It's actually quite amusing. It's a very compelling watch. I really enjoyed it. You don't feel the 3-hour runtime because everything is just happening so crazy the entire time.
Our adventurer friend will keep.
Oh wow, it has a 3-hour runtime.
Yeah, it's kind of, and actually there's a part in the movie, literally at the halfway mark, where a scene fades to dark, and you could literally just say, "Hey, this is probably the intermission," and it goes into like this flashback scene for one of the characters that takes a while, and so it's like, oh, I guess this is probably where the director meant to like make it into a two-parter.
The wheels of change are in motion.
But it is very good. I highly recommend it. Probably one of the best movies I've seen in this year, alongside Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Oh wow.
Brother, are you certain
It's a
this
pretty high
course is
accolade.
best?
Whatever do you mean, dear sister?
The so-called remembrance ceremonies were little more than standard waving rallies. As though the Calamity and 7th Umbral era warranted scarcely a mention.
Well, of course they were standard waving rallies.
Also, every time a British person refers in a derogatory manner to an Indian person, they call them buggers, and I found that incredibly funny. It was a very silly way of like putting them down.
I suppose they must have
I'm assuming that that's
forgotten the
historically
heroes who
accurate,
spared
but
Eorzea
it just
of
sounded silly in
worse
the way
than
that they were saying
Calamity.
it.
No, dear Alize, they haven't forgotten these details. They have elected to omit them. Deep are the wounds the calamity inflicted upon Eorzea. So deep, in fact, that the realm still bleeds. Needless to say, the beast tribes and their primals do little to alleviate the So, the task of salving Eorzea's wounds falls to the scions of the Seventh Dawn, with a little help from our friends, the Grand Companies. Remembrance will yield no remedy. If our world is to heal, we must put the horrors of the calamity behind us.
Our grandfather would never entrust the fate of the realm to despots who rewrite history to their convenience. There must be another way to cure what ails this world, and I need to find it.
You are most welcome to try. Our paths may differ, but our destination is the same. In time, I dare say we will see eye to eye.
I should hope so.
Did you see the exchange between the twins already?
My lady,
You mean
we
in
are to escort
Gridon,
you.
or
Hope does not come
No,
to
after you visit the three grand
share
companies,
the
they start
burden of
talking.
this fate, dear
no, not
sister.
yet.
And
No,
the-
he did.
The salve will
I'm
serve not
actually doing
only
the
to
last
close
one in
up our
Limsa
present
Lumensa.
wounds, but prevent old ones from opening anew.
But I mean, I've seen it in a past playthrough, so if you wanted to mention something about it.
It sounds like they disagree. That's essentially all I was gonna say. So should I join a grand company or can I just let them go? Do I have to actually join one to progress with the story?
I know you most definitely have to join one to get a chocobo, so yes, you must.
Oh.
Unless you don't want a chocobo.
I guess I'll join one. I don't know, what should I go with? Serpent, Storm, or Flame? These are not, one of these is different than the others. What's the one for Limsa Lominsa?
I think that's the Maelstrom people.
You mean the Storm?
Yeah, the ones in red are for Limsa Lumensa.
Alright, I guess I'll join them unless you have something else that I should consider.
No, I think it's a pretty free choice. I think as Minfilia said, you can change your grand company later on if you want.
This Minfilia character sure has a lot of buckles on her skirt. It's pretty wild. Alright, I will join the Storm officer with the pirates. I do love One Piece.
Oh yeah.
Speak with the personal officer at Maelstrom Command. Okay, back in Limsa. I don't suppose your job quests automatically appear on your window when they are up, do they?
They appear below your main scenario quest. Under the current main scenario quest panel on the upper left hand of your screen.
Okay, but if they're not there, then that means they're not available, right?
Yeah, that's correct.
Okay. Well, I'm just gonna trust that and assume that it's not up yet. What is this?
I do have to say I dislike Alfino's voice in the first expansion in the vanilla version of this game. He sounds way too smarmy.
I think that's fun that you say that, because when I first heard him talking during one of these cutscenes, I was gonna say, "Oh, he sounds nice. I like his voice." Maybe I just like smarmy characters, John.
Bird strokes. He sounds like a Yu-Gi-Oh character that I can't name right now. It just reminds me of one of those Yu-Gi-Oh villains, but I don't know which one.
I guess I'd have to hear him again. I don't quite recall, but I think I understand the intonation that you are suggesting. Okay, so that's complete. At the Cedar in La Nausea. So have you seen anything else of interest?
Let me think. No, I think this week has been pretty media-less, because I've been trying to clear through Assassin's Creed 2. I'm pretty close to finishing that game, so I've actually been spending a lot of my free time just trying to get through that one.
Are you a fan of the Assassin's Creed franchise?
Yeah, I would say I am. Not a super fan. I did like the first one a lot. I think the first one was pretty innovative. A lot of people like the second one, though. A lot of people gravitated towards the second one.
You mean the
the
second one trilogy?
Well, I mean Assassin's Creed 2.
Yeah, but wasn't there 3 titles under the Assassin's Creed's 2 flag?
Yeah, I think you're right. I think it was like Assassin's Creed 2, Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, and then like Revelations, I think, where it all had the same main character.
That one was the one in Italy, right? What was the name of the character?
Ezio Auditore.
Yeah. And that's where the GIF or meme from "It's me, Mario" comes from, right?
Really?
There's a guy that you meet that is just like, "Oh, it's me, Mario," and it's just like this guy, this hyper-realistic Mario-looking figure.
Oh, I did not know that. That's funny. But yeah, I mean, I like the first 2 titles. I think that I definitely like the first one a lot more than the second one. I just think it's kind of funny that people gravitated more towards the second one. And maybe it's just a thing about, like, the generation I'm in, because Assassin's Creed 2 came out when I was like in the first couple of grades of high school. So I think that's usually the time when you know, kids really get attached to games. So I think maybe that's just my bias speaking through, where some people that I know just really like Assassin's Creed 2 just because it happened to be around that time. I do know that people didn't like Assassin's Creed 3 too much, though. I know a lot of people didn't care for that one, and that one was the one set in America.
Yeah, that one was the one in the Civil War, wasn't it?
Yes, yes.
Alright, I will be right back. I gotta...
Okay,
in need of a bio break, as I say.
okay.
Okay, and we are back. Thank you for your patience, Sean.
No problem.
If you are just joining us, we are playing Final Fantasy XIV as we're trying to move through the MSQ. We just happened to pick a grand company, the Storm Company. I forget what it's called. And we are still drinking Watchstander Stout, which is a gluten-free beer apparently. Let's see what this guy has to say. Duty calls. Commence battle for the company you keep. Maelstrom. And let me just click something here. Every time I click from window to window, my game disappears. That's annoying. Alright, this might be the first encounter I've had in the past 2 hours, since I've been listening to speeches this entire time.
Yes, but now you are engrossed in the world.
Yeah, about that.
I just realized we're both in the same area. Thought that different grand companies actually made you go to different places.
Did you happen to pick a different grand company than myself? And if so,
Yeah.
shame on you. I shall flog you with a whip.
Why? It's alright. You don't need to be part of the same
No, we
grand
need to be the same. That was the entire point of this stream. Oh, like 12 or so streams ago, to choose the same grand company.
I don't think it matters.
Alright, I guess I'll let that go. The secrets of Magitech. What is Magitech in this world exactly?
The stuff you make machines with?
With magic?
Magitech.
Tiny Bronco. Do you know what the Tiny Bronco alludes to? John? I guess he's out. Like a tidal wave, lads. Charge. Everyone has weapons except me. I have a book. Duty complete. Are you back, John?
I'm here.
Oh, how come you didn't respond the last 2 times I said anything?
What did you say?
What did I say? Something about Vinsa, perhaps?
Maybe I was
I
muted.
think we were talking about Magitech.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And the tiny Bronco. That's what we were talking about. Are you in the part where they're talking about the tiny Bronco?
Yes, they did talk about the tiny Bronco, but I don't know what that is.
So that is a reference to the first transportation, or maybe the second transportation unit you have in Final Fantasy XIV. It's a hydroplane that can only navigate shallow waters.
Oh, interesting.
Which allows you to get to certain portions of the map that you couldn't before. Okay, I can complete my induction, I guess. And that was the one fight that I got into in this entire session. Maybe we could consider queuing up for a dungeon if you're interested, or we can just keep going.
You want to do a dungeon? Let's do it.
It would be nice to have a fight, I can tell you that. This has been kind of a gauntlet of discussion.
It is fine. Hey, after I got inducted, I have accepted my Chocobo quest, so that's something to look forward to next time.
Yeah, I might do that one off the stream, I think. Okay, made it to the Storm Personnel Officer. Yes, I will join your party.
Alright, I'll queue us up or something then. The leveling roulette. And after completing the leveling roulette, we're actually going to have enough money to buy our Chocobo token. So right afterwards, we're going to be able to just get the Chocobo. So that's neat.
Nice. Did you have to re-register us? Did you have to re-register us?
Yeah, for some reason I wasn't registered.
I think it was probably because I was in the middle of this lane cutscene. Alright, come on. Get on with it. Storm Private 3rd Class. Great. So aren't guilds in this game called companies as well?
Yeah, but they're called free companies, as opposed to grand companies.
And obviously you can have both a free company and a grand company, is that accurate?
Yes.
Is there such a thing as a free grand company?
No, I
Grand
wouldn't
free
say.
company.
No, I don't think so.
Do the grand companies themselves actually present story points later in the game?
I think they do, but it's like I didn't really pay attention to them. So I guess that speaks to how impactful they are.
Gotcha. How many dungeons have we unlocked for the daily roulette anyways at this point?
If you check on your duty tab, you can figure that out. Right now I'm actually putting stuff in my bank, so give me a second. Duty's ready.
Yeah. I see it just as Minfilia is talking. That's unfortunate. Please let it be the mines. Yes.
Is it the mines?
Well, it's this round dungeon. I forget what it's called. Yes,
Copper
the
Bell.
Copper Bell mines.
Okay, let's skip that cutscene.
And I only
Alrighty.
say let it be the mines because I don't know, I remember them well and I don't find them frustrating.
Would you say that the mines are the peak of game design?
Yeah, I would say that.
I actually wonder once you unlock your healing class if it's going to allow you to do these lower level dungeons as your healing class, because this game does have a thing about scaling down your level. So I know, for example, I can't use a lot of my higher level skills because of that.
I guess we'll find
I wonder
out.
if it's going to allow you to do that.
Have you already become a paladin?
Not yet. I don't think there's anything to do here. But no, not yet. Have to get that quest. I should have gotten it already because I'm level 30.
Maybe you're just like me, that you still just need progression through the MSQ before it pops up. By the way, how do limit works work in this game?
Or do what?
Limit breaks.
Limit Break is just a special ability that you get in dungeons where on the upper left you see a Limit Break bar that builds up gradually over the course of the dungeon, and you're only able to use it once really throughout the dungeon. I mean, it builds up every time that you fight monsters, but realistically you only save it up for like the last boss, and it's usually saved for a DPS class because tanks and healers have limit breaks, but they're very, very situational, and most of the time it's just better to get a big chunk of damage.
I see. I had no idea. I thought every party member got to use the limit break.
No, I mean, if you're damaged, you can feel free to use it in the last boss.
I'm pretty sure I will not.
Way too much pressure.
Too much pressure. I certainly wish limit breaks were a little closer to what they were in Final Fantasy VIII.
Move it that way.
Well, when you were close to death, there would be a chance every time your turn would pop up for limit break to show up. And it would generally be an overpowered attack, which would depend on the character that you were selecting at that particular time.
Mm-hmm.
And so Squall, the protagonist of Final Fantasy VIII, would have a bunch of sword slashes that you had to time with the R1 button on the PlayStation controller for maximum damage. But, what's his name? Are you familiar with the characters in Final Fantasy VIII?
I know Squall, I don't know a lot of their names. I know there's Face Tattoo Guy, there's
That's
Squall's
Zell.
love
He loves
interest.
hot dogs.
Yes, he loves hot dogs. There's Cowboy Man.
So Cowboy Man is named Irvine Caneas. And the reason why I like his limit break was because you would get to essentially do shots, and as long as you had a particular ammo type, you could use that particular shot. And so his highest shot, I think, was Aura. No, actually, it was called Hyper Shot. And there was a lot of recoil every time you would activate it, every time you would fire it, and it was just cool. You would essentially shoot like a Dragon Ball style beam blast from your shotgun, and it was awesome.
That does sound pretty cool.
The damage area on this guy is ridiculous.
Yeah, for the first attack, it's like staggered, so if you know where he's going to hit first, you wait that one out, and then you go directly to the area where he first landed on. So he's jumping there, and then you go inside of that one. At least that's how I do it.
I think I just avoid both at once.
Yeah, you could do that as well. Less flashy though.
And it's out. By the way, are you actually watching the stream?
I do have it open on another window.
Okay.
I occasionally tune in to see where you're at in the quests.
Cool. I was actually surprised to see the number of people watching the stream, which is why I'm asking.
Do we have enough? Other chamber. Set off this blasting device. Won't work without fire sand.
So, did you hear about the announcement of that second season of Squid Game?
I heard something about it, but I didn't pay too much attention to it.
I'm really interested to see where they go with that series. I think the end of that first season left a few potential ways in which it would go, but I don't know how well it would actually make a second season. What do you think? And let's go ahead and say spoilers for season 1 of Squid Game.
Yeah, I don't know how it's gonna go. I feel like we're going to probably see a protagonist shift. That's kind of my guess. Because I think it makes sense.
Do you think the protagonist is going to become the villain? Is that what you're suggesting?
I don't know if he's going to become the villain. If that's something that seems foreshadowed, then it probably went over my head. But I think it makes sense for there to be a protagonist shift because it feels like the main character's story is kind of through, but now he has like another motive. So I think it wouldn't. It just doesn't feel like it's right for him to continue being the main guy. But I don't know.
You mean that he has lived long enough to become the villain?
Keep saying that. Is this something that was foreshadowed that I totally missed?
I honestly don't know that that was actually foreshadowed. I think what's going to happen is the guy that used to be what is it? Mr. X or Mr. Square. I forget what the rankings were on the Square X they were, but I think he's going to become the leader, and the protagonist from season 1 is going to be... Whoa, that is a lot of area. think there's gonna be a new game. He's gonna enter the game again. And maybe the rules will have changed. Like, did you ever see the Saw movies?
Yes, I saw the first one.
Okay, so I almost feel like in the next series, it's going to be something like, oh, you're entering this new game, but this time the game is rigged. Because I felt like, for as ridiculous as the premise for the first season were in terms of the games, they were still quote-unquote fair. I think in this next season, they're probably going to go ahead and make it so that they are rigged in one way or another. It's like Gloves Off or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, the people who run the game obviously probably feel a little bit cheated that he won. So I'm sure that they're going to up the stakes. I think it would be pretty cool if they didn't immediately introduce. I forget his name. Do you remember his name of the main character?
No. That's probably pretty bad.
I just don't remember it, but I think that it would be kind of lame if the main character just started. Like, you just saw him in a tracksuit in the first episode. I think it would be cool if they had a little bit of mystery to it, like, you know, it's like the first episode, it's under the point of view of somebody else, and you see like all the contestants, but you don't see him, and you're like, wait a minute, did he back out? Did he die already? That would be something cool. And then later on, maybe they reveal that he's there, that he was like incognito or something, somehow.
He was using incognito mode on his Chrome browser. Is that what you're suggesting?
Yes, that's exactly what I was suggesting.
He was like, cookies? Nuh-uh.
I don't even know why I'm looking at this loot so much. It's not like I can use any of it. It's all under leveled.
Was that even a boss?
No, it wasn't. I think this is the last boss.
Nice. Just in time.
I'm gonna go ahead and skip the cutscene.
Yeah, I think we've seen this enough times.
I think somebody's in a cutscene. Yeah, I think our Lancer's in a cutscene, so we might need to wait anyways.
Just yell at them. Say, hey, watch it on YouTube. Okay, there we go. Oh, hey, what the... success. I think I actually made that one without taking damage.
Now we can buy our chocobo.
Excellent. Okay, that was good.
Yep, that was indeed very good.
And now back to Minophilia.
Make her sound like she's your wife or something. It's like, back to Minphilia.
I don't disagree with her energy. I can say that. It's just that I still feel like we're still in the introduction phase and like, oh hey, this is what we do. Meeting Biggs and Wedge, which I don't understand why we're still calling out these characters. Okay, quest complete. Now, my little chocobo, I guess. Though I'll be wrapping up pretty soon, but let me at least accept it.
Now, having set aside the formalities, we have a favor to ask of you. Urianger, have the documents arrived from the students of Baldessian?
Urianger.
Aye, my lady. They arrived but recently.
We have conducted a study at the behest of the Order of the Twin Adder. Papalimo, Ida, a synopsis if you would.
Please give us a synopsis.
Our task was to survey the behavior of the Sylphs, a beast tribe indigenous to the Twelveswood.
That is not the voice I expected
how to
from this
describe
tiny
them?
fellow.
They look like Gisselgreens, floating ones, that worship the primal Ramu.
Ahem. Though technically a beast tribe, Sylphs are blessed with a comparatively personable demeanor.
Offering us an invaluable opportunity to learn what the beast tribes know of the primals.
While Ramu's existence is well documented, the Sylphs do not, or perhaps cannot, summon the It would be unwise to assume that the threat...
Which leaves Gridania with the added worry of not knowing.
In that regard, they are hardly alone. What we can say with absolute certainty is that Gridania has its hands full fending off Garuda, who, I need hardly remind you, is among the most savage and terrible of all known primals.
Garuda is a primal in this game?
In short,
Yes, they are.
it is essential that we approach the sylphs in as diplomatic
That's
a manner as
surprising.
possible.
Gerudo was
Words
an
and
enemy
actions can be misconstrued.
in previous
The
Final
only sure
Fantasies,
way
so
to
I'm surprised that
communicate our
it's been
intentions
elevated to
is the
summon
echo.
status.
Winning the sylphs' favor may well bring us a step closer to mitigating the
Yeah.
threat of...
I guess I wouldn't know too much
I
about
am
that because
grateful.
I didn't play too many previous Final
Lovely.
Fantasies.
Did you not
Well,
read the
as much as
lore
I'd
about
like to
all of the
help,
other Final
I'm afraid I would
Fantasies
be of
before
little
this,
use to
John?
anyone in Gridania.
I did
A
not
veritable
know.
babe in the
Okay.
My bad.
Ida
Maybe a
and
little
Paulino,
homework for you
however,
next time.
should be able to see the forest for the trees. Is that not?
Which Final Fantasy
Indeed.
should I start with? Should
You're
I
willing?
just start with 1?
Start with 1. That one talks about Garland.
Leave it
Yes.
to me.
Us, Ida, us!
Okay. Well, quest has been accepted. Self-management. But I think with that, I think we're gonna call it a wrap for today. Yeah, so we'll get back on this gravy train next week. Let's see if we can go back to... All right, well, thank you very much for your time today, John. That was a productive afternoon.
Sounds good. Yeah. Glad to be here.
Cool. Any final thoughts? Any recommendations? Anything we should do before the next time we meet?
No, I think just take it easy. Have a good weekend.
Excellent. Well, we will see you next time as we grow ever so closer to the release of Sunbreak.
Yes, of course.
And with that, Wolfkin, stay thirsty. See you again next week. Hopefully you tune in on Thursday for our regular Hades stream. Have a good one.